Weather now from the Emmy-winning Cakeland Weatherflex.
Well, we're kind of playing watch and wait for the development of severe weather across parts of south central to southwestern Kansas. So let's look outside the sky tracker. We've had quite a little bit of cloud cover, but some occasional sunshine, which has really helped warm us up. But as we look across western Kansas, we're going out to Garden City, just some high, thin clouds, plenty of sunshine, really allowing temperatures to warm greatly. Now, as we look at the visible satellite picture, you will notice that, we started out overcast this morning, but look at all the sunshine across southwestern and now parts of south central Kansas. It's just some high, thin clouds starting to drift in now, and that's really warming up the atmosphere. KAKE's Viper 3D, there are no thunderstorms occurring yet, but look at all the heat. 86 Medicine Lodge, 85 Dodge, 80 in Garden City. Now the dew point, remember this is the moisture in the air. Notice how we got a dry line between Great Bend and Dodge, Medicine Lodge to Pratt, right in here. And it's that dry line. We're going to keep an eye in that area to see if we can see some severe thunderstorms erupt. Breezy winds today, and it's going to be gustier overnight tonight. 17 miles an hour, Wichita, 16 in Dodge. Winds gusting currently to 23 in Wichita and Medicine Lodge, 25 in Liberal. Wind gust tomorrow will be in excess of 35 miles an hour, so a very windy day. What we're watching and waiting is the atmosphere. If it develops thunderstorms, it can become severe very quickly. We're talking about a tornado threat. But we have an area in the atmosphere, a lid or a cap, if you will, that we've got to break through. Right now it's holding very strong. Hopefully it will hold strong. That will eliminate the severe thunderstorm threat, but we're kind of watching and waiting to see if that cap is going to erode. We'll have a complete forecast coming up later. It's 8:31 now. Now that part of the thunderstorm that produced the well-defined funnel is what's moving over towards protection. So we're thinking less now. We're not as concerned about what's going on in the vicinity of Ashland. Not seeing as strong a circulation there, but new circulation developing between Sitka and protection is going to be more of an area that we are going to continue to watch. This is meteorologist Jay Prater. You're joining us for live coverage on Channel 13 KUPK of a tornado warning that's in effect for Clark County and Comanche County. Let's go back to Lanny Dean. Lanny, we're now live on the entire Cakeland television network. Tell us what you see.
Jay, currently right now, just to let you know my position, I am on 160 highway headed west, and I do have a very large funnel at this time, Jay. Very large funnel back towards the area of, okay, tornado on the ground, Jay. Tornado on the ground, definite tornado on the ground near, I'm going to put it close to Sitka.
Where you see that the bluish green meet the red, and this is north of town now, so the good news is if you're in the city of protection, the threat from this particular storm is moving away from you, but this is a very strong circulation, some of the strongest circulation we have seen all night, and we have Lanny Dean in that vicinity, obviously chasing the storm for us, where he reported a tornado on the ground earlier, then a sustained wall cloud. Wouldn't be surprised if there's not another tornado on the ground. There will be one shortly across extreme western Comanche County. This is northwestern Comanche County. And as it moves to the north, tornado warning may be required for Kiowa County. So if you live in southern Kiowa County, especially southwestern Kiowa County, south and west of Greensburg, a tornado warning probably going to be coming out for you fairly quickly. This is meteorologist Jay Prater along with Matt Makins. We're here in the Cakeland Weatherplex, and unfortunately we're watching a very dangerous situation unfold across Kiowa County. We're keeping you updated during the commercial breaks on the rest of the network, but we are live continuous on KUPK Channel 13 for a tornado warning. Let's go over to KAKE's Viper 3D. A very pronounced hook echo. Our chaser Lanny Dean reporting a very large tornado on the ground. This is about 12 miles southwest of Greensburg, and it is heading towards Greensburg. As we look at the velocity signatures, this is winds blowing away and towards the radar. This is about as strong as it gets, folks. Unfortunately, very powerful thunderstorm, very strong rotation now about 12 miles southwest of Greensburg, and it's moving towards Greensburg and really doesn't show any signs of letting up. This circulation still very powerful in this thunderstorm right here. Let me give you a track on it as far as where it is in relation to the south edge of Greensburg. It's only about 10 miles to the southwest of Greensburg, and it is moving in your general direction. You know I've been on KAKE television a few years now. I am definitely not a chicken little kind of guy, but unfortunately with this very strong signature on radar, this is a very compelling radar signature. You really should think about heading down to your shelters. Keep an eye on this thunderstorm as it approaches you. Now, the rain and hail will reach you first. So keep in mind, as far as looking through the thunderstorm and seeing the tornado, if you're in Greensburg, you're not going to, because it's going to be obscured by the very heavy rain and also the hail between you and that circulation. You know, so Greensburg's up here at the top of the screen, and we switch over to the which way the wind's blowing mode to the how hard it's raining mode. This is what we have now, and you can see that very high reflectivity. What you see is that red, that is the heavy rain and hail. So you're not going to be able to visualize the thunderstorm if it's still producing a tornado. Now, contact with Lanny Dean, we temporarily lost it because of the cell service in this part of Kansas. But once again, you see a very strong, very well pronounced hook echo in addition to the very strong velocity returns. And that's why if you live in Greensburg, the vicinity of Greensburg and to the south, I really suggest you go down to your storm shelters. Like I said, I'm not an alarmist kind of guy, but the only thing, this storm is very scary. And the worst case, I'm just going to waste a little bit of your time tonight if you go down to your shelters and it turns out not to be producing a tornado. But just what we're seeing here is a very scary signature. Annie, how close are you to the county line?
We have passed the county line already, Jay.
Okay, so you're north of the county line, and the tornado, from your vantage point, is to the east of US 183, correct?
Jay, very large tornado. Okay, I don't know who reported that wedge. We do. We have two tornadoes on the ground, Jay. We have a small, a medium, if you will, to my northeast. We have a very large wedge tornado on the ground that's going to be almost due north of my location. I'm going to put it about 5 miles, Jay. About 5 miles, I'm guessing.
All right.
North, maybe 5 to 8 miles north of my location right now, Jay.
All right, Lanny, try getting the first cam fired up if you can. And now let's go over to Darren. Darren, what do you see from your vantage point?
Right now, we're just about ready to get onto Highway 183 to go north towards Greensburg. We still have a large wedge tornado on the ground to our north with possible satellite tornadoes. Yeah, I just saw a lightning flash that still probably, I would say probably 5 miles to our north is where the tornado would be located, and it has been on the ground for probably 25 minutes, maybe even longer.
Now, Darren, you said you were getting on US 183 and heading north. What cross street, how far north of the Kiowa-Comanche County line are you?
We're right on the line.
You're right on the line currently, and you're about to proceed northbound back behind the tornado.
That's correct.
And you've been watching this for quite a little while, and what did you estimate its maximum width was?
I would say easily a mile, and that's kind of being conservative.
All right, let's go back over to KAKE's Viper 3D, and unfortunately the very scary radar signatures, they continue. We go over to the which way it's blowing mode in the radar, and still indicating just very strong rotation. Now the reports are that the tornado was on the east side of US 183, and this is putting it just to the south of Greensburg now, only by about 3 miles or so is where we have the strongest circulation. And somewhere in the vicinity of that strong circulation, if there's a tornado on the ground, that's the location where it is going to be. This is from the National Weather Service in Dodge City. They have issued a tornado emergency. This is very rare. You see the strong hook echo, so the tornado is in this general vicinity here. You're live on KAKE. What do you see?
Jay, it's Lanny. I've got a monster wedge tornado. I'm about 4 to 5 miles south of Greensburg. The tornado has crossed Highway 183. Definitely, it's to my northeast. Jay, this tornado is a very big tornado. At least 3/4 of a mile wide tornado on the ground right now.
Let's go back over to Lanny Dean, who's in Greensburg. Lanny?
Yes, Jay, go ahead. We are in Greensburg. Go ahead, Jay.
And you have somebody to talk with us?
Yes, absolutely, we do. Let me just kind of break this down for you. Right now, currently, Jay, we are at the western edge of the town, and we are at the motel that used to be basically at the western edge of town. Right now, currently, we have the owners with us that survived this tornado by going into a closet. Man, what's your name, real quick? Leela. I'm going to put Leela on the phone to do a phoner with you or Susan, Jay. Here she is, real quick.
Hi, Jay.
Leela, please tell us what happened.
Well, we were watching actually KAKE channel, and I know you said, the tornado is coming straight towards Greensburg, so we stayed at home until the last minute, and then the power went out. So then I was inside the closet, and then my husband came in, and we just stayed there until it was all over.
I'm so glad that y'all are okay.
Oh, yeah. Thanks to you.
Oh, you're very kind. but so
Yeah.
it came by. You
But,
got
no.
you got in the closet, and so you guys are okay. And how badly did it damage your home?
It's completely destroyed.
I'm very sorry to hear that, but you guys were okay in
Yeah.
the closet, so
But
no
we are
scratches.
fine.
You came out of this
Yeah.
okay?
Yes.
Well, thank goodness. I'm very glad to hear that. I'm sorry that you suffered the loss today, but I am so thankful that you
Right.
were okay.
Right, yeah. Well, you know, we were lucky because the room that we were in is the only room that's still intact.
So you
mean,
you happened
everything
to
else
take
is-
shelter in the closet, and it was the only room left standing. That's truly
Right
a
now, yeah.
blessing.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So we kind of feel, you know, happy about that. And we love you, you know, for, I mean, all the news you give, especially regarding weather.
I cannot thank you enough that you are all right, and I'm terribly sorry about your loss. So you own the hotel there in town, and can you tell us how badly damaged your hotel is?
It's really bad. I mean, there's no salvaging left, you know, it will, I mean, all the roof is blown away, all the windows are blown away. Our van is in one of our room, actually, you know, so.
I'm terribly sorry to hear that, but I'm thankful that you're okay. And I know you got to be in a bit of a shock now, and it's perfectly understandable. And I'm glad that you're all right. And if there's anything Landy can help you with while he's there, if anybody, we can call for you. If you have any family members that we need to call for you and tell them that you're okay, we'll be sure and do that for you.
Well, yeah, I have a daughter. She's at K-State. I guess, you know, and they kind of found out. So now they're trying to call us, but, you know, there's no phone contact because it's all, you know.
Okay, I'll tell you what you do. As soon as we finish this interview, we'll get the information for your daughter over at K-State, and we'll be sure and pass that to the KAKE newsroom. We will get somebody to call your daughter in Manhattan and to let them know that you are okay. All right?
Right. Yeah. And could you tell me, like, further east towards Pratt, how things are out there?
Yes, I can. Matter of fact, we're looking at the radar right now, and we'll be back out the view so everybody else at home can see too. Between you and Pratt is okay. The severe thunderstorm that is probably still producing a tornado, unfortunately, is bearing down on St. John as we speak, and there may be another tornado there in St. John right now, but it's okay over in Pratt.
Are we getting any severe storms in Greensburg? I mean, tonight?
You know, we probably...
We don't have anywhere to go.
I understand, and I'm very sorry to hear that. Thankfully, we got a big break right now, which is going to help with the recovery efforts, but hopefully we need to get you some help because, yes, there is a chance we could see another round of thunderstorms potentially again tomorrow, unfortunately.
Oh, tomorrow.
But trust me, there's a lot of Kansas that's moving towards Greensburg and Kiowa County tonight to try to help you guys out as best as they can. I'm just thankful that
Jay, when you said...
I'm just thankful that you are okay.
when you said that this is... Jay, you know, when you said that this one is really bad, you guys need to be in shelter?
Yes.
That's the exact moment I went in the closet. I said to my husband, you know, I'm going to go in, but, you know, don't stay too long, you know, because it's coming. And then the power went out, so he joined me afterwards, and here we are.
And I just want to let everybody know that this is actually, you went through your video, and this is a freeze frame from your video, correct?
That is right. Yeah, this is a freeze frame from the video. As you know, and I've been telling everybody all night long, we lost available light. So, you know, you have to use lightning or power flashes to your advantage. And that's what we did. So I took the time to go through my video, and that's that monster tornado. Very, very, very big tornado. And again, the light around it is not lightning. That is power flashes, just as that tornado is entering Greensburg.
All right, Lanny, and we saw the other video that you sent us. Basically, it's the house in the car that's in the hotel, and you said those were the survivors we talked to, correct?
Yes, absolutely. That was the one of the survivors that you and I believe Susan did the phoner with. That was their vehicle. Consequently, guys, underneath that vehicle, right underneath the front wheel, just to the back, that's where they were hiding at. That's the closet that they were in. So obviously, what you don't see is the backside of that motel, which is actually gone now. There's nothing left. So not just the roof, but the entire backside, and of course, this is the kind of destruction that we've seen in Greensburg all evening long, Jay.
All right. Thanks a lot.